about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear.
Welcome back, you guys. It's your girl Deidre Renee, back with another YouTube video with the back-to-back videos. Happy Thursday, almost Friday. Back at you guys with another video. Gonna post a video before this, as you guys are gonna see about the seeding and the March Madness and bracketology. Now today I'm gonna be giving you guys a recap of Thursdays. You know, Thursdays and Sundays is the day for women's basketball hoops, and just give you guys a little updates on scores and things, and let you guys know my opinion and how I feel about it. So first I'm going to read off the scores so far of what's going on. Some of the games are still continuing, but I just wanted to give you guys an update. These are all top 25 games. It wasn't that many top 25 games today. It was 7 top 25 games. So I'm going to let you guys know the scores in the games that are still going on. So first, Gonzaga played St. Mary's. They kind of blew them out. Gonzaga is the number 17 seed. Louisville played Boston College. In my other video, that game was still going on. They were able to pull that win out and beat them 69-67. Gonzaga is the 18th. Louisville is the 18th seed. They were able to beat Boston College. Now, South Carolina played Tennessee. The ended up score was 66-55. I feel like that game could have been a very close game. Not could have been a very close game. That game was a very close game. South Carolina, the number 1 seed, still undefeated. They have 41 wins in 41 consecutive wins in SEC play. And yeah, they're number 10. They're 10-0 in conference, and I believe they're 23-0 overall. South Carolina still remains the only undefeated team left. However, Tennessee did kind of give them a run for their money. In the first half, they had a lot of trouble trying to stop Rakia Jackson. She was pretty much getting to her spots and pretty much getting to wherever she wanted to get when they were throwing second defenders at her. She was making the right reads and doing what she needed to do. However, in the second half, I feel like South Carolina's defense just kind of wore them down. They started picking up the Tennessee's point guard kind of full court, making it hard for them to get the ball to her. She was doing pretty well in the first half, making plays, getting assists, getting her teammates in position to score. But however, in that second half, they turned the ball over 5 times, and they went without scoring for 5 minutes. And playing against South Carolina, undefeated team, you can't go long spurts of times without scoring the basketball. Also, Tennessee did not shoot the ball at a high percentage. However, they were in the first half. They outscored them, and they were pretty much on the offensive boards, giving South Carolina trouble kind of playing their game against them. But Tennessee was not able to close the game out. We have Syracuse versus Miami. Syracuse is number 19. The score was 71-60. I feel like Syracuse is playing their best basketball right now. They didn't start off playing the best basketball ever, but they're starting to figure it out. And I feel like Miami started off hot, and now they're not playing their best basketball anymore. And I feel like that's what divides the teams apart of who's going to go far in March Madness, is when February hits and you get close to February, you start to see the teams that kind of weed themselves out. They were playing their best basketball in the beginning, and now getting worn down, whether it's from injuries, which is something that's uncontrollable, just the energy, just the tiredness of travel, just being physically and mentally tough. I feel like this is where you start to see these teams, like, who really wants it and who doesn't really want it. You start to figure these things out, and you start to be able to get an idea of, like, who kind of to bet on and who kind of not to bet on. You kind of see who's starting to play their best basketball and who's not. And Syracuse, as well as Oregon State, in my opinion, is one of those teams that may have not been on your radar at the beginning of the season, to think like they're going to be a really good team, they're going to be a key factor, but now they're on your radar because they're playing their best basketball in February. So yes, that's how I feel about that game. Next, we have NC State versus Notre Dame. NC State was able to get a important win on the road against Notre Dame. Hannah, point guard, had her lowest scoring game. She kind of seemed frustrated, but she's still kind of trying to play through it. NC State had a really good game on the road, and that was a really good win for them. So next, we have right now currently playing, it's the fourth quarter with 1 minute, 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's Duke versus Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is number 12. Virginia Tech has Kitley and Amore, and Duke plays really good defense, and they have some shooters on their team. Duke's defense is really good, though. I feel like Duke can be a really good team. They're also really young. They got a lot of sophomores and a lot of freshmen and a lot of key components, transfers. I feel like they can be better. Sometimes they're up and down too. They're not really a super consistent team. But honestly, in my opinion, I believe Virginia Tech is going to be able to pull this out just because Keely and Amore kind of have this like seniority thing where in these tight games they're able to pull through and pull out, and sometimes they're not. So we shall see. I hope Virginia Tech is able to make it to the Final Four this season. I really do like Virginia Tech. I like watching Amore play, and being her final senior season, I hope she is able to go far. She's a really good point guard, and watching her and Kitley play together over the past few years has been pretty good and pretty interesting to watch. So I'm ready for March Madness and for them to be able to get their success. I'm also rooting for them to win the ACC tournament. I'm excited to watch that. Now, we got what you all been waiting for, Caitlin Clark. So, Caitlin Clark's currently playing right now. It's the fourth quarter. 1 minute, 15 left. Iowa 101 to Michigan 87. Iowa's ranked number 4. And the first 8 minutes, everybody was talking about Caitlin Clark and her beating the scoring record, and she scored the first 8 points. And her bucket to be able to beat Kelsey Plum in the all-time scoring record. And she also did that in the lesser games than Kelsey Plum. She had a crossover 3 from the logo, Caitlin Clark style, you know. She is now leading that on the women's side. So I'm going to read to you guys basically what the actual number is. So I'm sure she's way over this by now. I just watched her score the 8 straight and I was like, yep, she's going to beat it. So, Caitlin Clark, she scored the first 8 points, as I said. She passes Kelsey Plum's D1 scoring record at 3,528 points in the first few minutes of the game versus Michigan today. And she did that in 126 games, and the record she was able to beat was Kelsey's. Kelsey had 3,527 points, and she did that in 139 games. So, she did that in 13 less games than Kelsey Plum. And on top of that, Caitlin still has time to beat the all-time scoring record. Still got March Madness and still got games to play in February. So it should be exciting to see what Caitlin does and what she's able to accomplish. And it's also exciting to be a part of history because I remember watching Kelsey Plum being so young, and now it's Caitlin Clark. It's just so many people coming up. Impact on the game. So yeah, y'all. That's the updates for Thursdays. I will be back tomorrow, February 16th, to give you guys some updates on who will play in the Pac-12, because Fridays is the days that the Pac-12 plays. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and tune into more videos. I will be back with more content about women's sports, and I'm also going to be giving you guys updates on the WNBA in the off season.